And so what is regeneration and greater regeneration? These are two different abilities that affect a bunch of your Troggoth units, and effectively at the start of your hero phase, you'll heal wounds on these units. Greater regeneration healing D6 for your Trogg bosses, and regular regeneration healing D3. So this potentially means you're getting 2d6 healing per turn with each one of your Glogg's Megamob Trogg bosses, and 2d3 with all your other Troggoths. Pretty cool stuff all round. And so, where to begin but with the Dankhold Trogg boss? For me, this is a really solid piece for your force. He heals D6 with his greater regeneration, and he also has a really cool ability that when he uses all-out attack on a friendly Troggoth unit in his force, he'll also allow that unit to get +1 attack at the same time as the +1 to hit, so pretty nice. He's got 4 attacks with 3/3s, Ren 2 damage D6 himself, and a 4+ base save, making him a pretty solid hero. Now, he does have 12 wounds, so that does mean he cannot become a Galatian champion. However, supporting him, I really like the Fellwater Troggoths. Enemies -1 to hit while they're within 3 inches of this unit thanks to their terrible stench, and they've got a 4-up save and regeneration healing D3 wounds. The Noxious Vomit is a cool little shooting attack they have, but also if any wounds are caused by the Noxious Vomit allocated to an enemy unit and not negated, the enemy unit is drenched in vomit until the start of your next hero phase, and while they're drenched in vomit, you subtract 1 from save rolls for attacks that target that unit. An enemy unit can't be drenched in vomit more than once, however. Now, if we're looking at some other units we can use to expand upon those initial units, Rockgut Troggoths are the other sort of mainstay Troggoth unit we have access to in the Gloomspite Gitz. 4+ save and regeneration as the same as the Dankhold Troggoth, meaning they get that nice D3 wound heal. They also can choose to throw boulders where they pick an enemy unit within 9 inch and roll a dice, adding 1 to the roll if that target unit has 5 or more models. On a 4+, the enemy unit will suffer a mortal wound as a boulder is just thrown at their head. They've got a decent armor save on them thanks to their stony skin as well. They're going to be even more survivable, that 4-up save and the 5-up ward coming after it, along with the massive stone walls providing some nice high rend, high damage attacks. Now, the Dankhold Troggoth is the non-hero version of the box set that contains the Dankhold Trogg boss. Regeneration as well on this model, and his Colossal Boulder Club has 4 attacks at 2s to wound and damage D3+3, so pretty sweet there. Now, the last Troggoth unit I want to talk about is Mollog. This is a named character Troggoth unit we have available to us. He's got a nice melee weapon with a 2-inch range, 3 attacks, 3s, 2s, Ren 2 damage D3, and he's also got a D3 damage missile weapon he can use as well. He has regeneration as well, like all the other Troggoths, and he has a little back squeak companion that can deal a mortal wound each round it fights. Now, that is all the Troggoth units available in the Battle Tome, and the other unit I want to talk about is the Ale Guzzler Gargant, because I feel he does sort of fit more in this style of army. The Ale Guzzler Gargant's not too shabby. He's got his Drunken Stagger where you can attempt to charge with this unit if it's within 18 inch rather than 12 inch of an enemy unit. In addition, you roll 3d6 for said charge. However, if all 3 dice include the same number before modifiers are applied, this unit cannot make a charge, and players need to roll off. The winner picks a point on the battlefield within 3 inch, and each unit within 2 inch of that suffers D3 mortal wounds as he falls over. You can actually make this pretty nicely and really get you some cool bonuses. He does have a decent amount of attacks with his club as well, and can be a nice little solid monster hitting piece for your force. And so this is the sample army list we've gone for with the army. We've got Protect the Shrine as our grand strategy, obviously taking Glogg's Megamob and Mortal Realm of Gur and our Allegiance Gloomspite Gitz, as you would expect. Protect the Shrine, though, our grand strategy here. This is fun. It just means we've got to have no enemy units within 12 inch of our shrine and it not be affected by any monstrous rampage or any effect that would see it lose its terrain abilities, like Smash to Rubble, for example. Now, our leader is a Dankhold Trogg boss who's obviously our general, and he's got the Alpha Trogg ability, adding 2 to his wounds and also giving him the monster keyword. The fact that he already is not getting anything from Galatian champions, giving him monster keyword is actually really nice. It means he gets monstrous rampages and all that sort of stuff as well. This also can mean monstrous rampages against other big heroes can be really important, because it means he can't be roared potentially, because he could just go, well, I'm going to use Titanic Jewel instead. Now, its artifact is going to be a Pet Gribbly. This is going to add a further +1 wound to the model, but also if he ever suffers a wound and it's not negated, roll a dice, and on a 1 the Pet Gribbly is squished. And if this ever happens, he gets to add +1 to his hit and wound rolls while he has his Pet Gribbly squished, because he gets enraged. 3 Fell Water Troggoths make up our battle line unit that we need, and then we've got 2 Dankhold Troggoths. Now, there is an option to make here, because we are 720 points. We've got 30 points to spare. You could certainly turn one of these Dankhold Troggoths into a Dankhold Troggoth if you really want to, but the issue with that is as soon as you do that, you lose your battle regiment. So that is the option you're having to play around with. You're not going to get any extra artifacts. I almost think being the 1-drop with such a low model force is probably the way to go. Even dropping another 20 points and playing at 700 in a 750 point game to ensure your triumph, and going with 2 units of 3 trogs of the smaller ones is another option you have available to you. But all in all, this is a fun little Troggoth army. It's definitely, you know, if you want a low model count army for your Gloomspite Gitz, this is the way to go. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed the video and you got something out of it as well. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And while you're at it, why not drop a comment down below letting us know your thoughts on the video's content. Also, if you'd like to come and chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also down in the video's description is the best ways to help support the channel if you would like to do so. We have Patreon and YouTube members, both linked down in the video's description, and you'll get yourself a little shout out just like these people here are going to in just a second. But also, if you'd like to grab some merch to help yourself and get something in the same time and help the channel, you can do so either by our Teespring or by the Ko-fi store. As a special thank you, I said, to our Patreon and YouTube members, thank you to Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Thee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domain, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, and Nicholas Conomos, and to our YouTube members as well, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Wire, James South, and James Tillman. Thank you all so much for helping support the channel. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchbox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Thank you all once again for watching. Stay safe, stay well everyone, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.